Hi, and thank you for joining me for another video. Today I want to discuss an area that has been overlooked by most rabbis. Nowadays you have many rabbis who, in the spirit of multiculturalism or just insularity, tell their congregants and the world that Jews and Judaism does not and has never actively reached out to non-Jews to consider Judaism. They'll tell you that as Jews, if we encourage anything, we only encourage non-Jews to keep the 7 laws, the Sheva Mitzvahs B'nai Noach. Now, this is a problem. Like the old saying goes, that if you repeat a lie long enough, the lie starts to sound like the truth. Well, my friends, this is no exception. The problem is, when people hear the words to proselytize, they imagine people forcibly converting other people to Judaism, which is clearly not allowed in Judaism, not to mention it's civilly legal. No, friends, to proselytize is to encourage others to love God to such a level that he or she would want to become a Jew and accept our God's holy Torah. Yes, friends, today I'm going to prove to you how Judaism is a proselytizing religion and how, according to the Rambam, it's also 2 of the 613 mitzvahs to go out and encourage people to consider Judaism. So, here we go. The Rambam's Mishnah Torah is our authoritative source for everything dealing with the mitzvahs incumbent on the B'nai Noach. This would indicate that the Rambam's Pesach concerning the B'nai Noach could theoretically be considered halacha l'maisa. How? Because later poskim really didn't touch on this issue much. First, you have to know that when the Rambam speaks of a ger toshav, a resident alien, he's referring to what we consider today a non-Jew who's taken upon himself the Sheva mitzvahs, or what has come to be referred to as a noide. This also includes those that are known as the Chasidei Umas Ha'olam, the pious of the nations. And also, some erroneously think that a resident alien or a ger toshav could only exist in Eretz Yisrael, but it is clear that the Rambam doesn't limit a resident alien to Eretz Yisrael alone, but rather states that they could be accepted anywhere. So, according to the Rambam, anyone in any place who accepts the Sheva mitzvahs is a ger toshav. For the concept doesn't mean that one resides in Eretz Yisrael, the land of Israel, but rather one resides among Am Yisrael, the people of Israel. The reason this is so important is because it is mainly from the Rambam that we know anything pertaining to the Noahites or the B'nai Noach. So what he brings down is incumbent on all Jews and non-Jews. And anyone who's familiar with what's written in the Yad, in the Mishnah Torah, knows that the Rambam explicitly says that Noahites are only accepted when Klal Yisrael is keeping the Yovel year, the Jubilee. In other words, only really during Yamos HaMashiach, during the Messianic age, which we're not in yet. He also explicitly says, till then, we only accept converts. Again, till then, we only accept converts. Now, you're probably thinking, what about groups like Chabad that claim to actively encourage non-Jews to accept the Sheva mitzvahs or the Noahide laws? Well, first and foremost, you have to understand that this is against the halacha that teaches that we only accept converts till the Messianic age, where the Noahide laws will be worn as a label for all non-Jews who refuse to accept Torah. This, my friends, is the halacha. The reason the vast majority of Jews do not hold this way is because they have hopped on the Chabad bandwagon, which only started making Noahites because of their Mashiach now ideology, thinking they were already living in some Messianic age. My friends, this form of thinking has made Judaism seem cruel and ethnocentric to billions of non-Jews who were supposed to be inspiring to reach higher. How high? To reach for Torah. Also, this form of thinking has placed a brick wall in front of sincere individuals who want nothing more than to join the Jewish people, encouraging Batei Din to abuse potential converts by pushing them away at least 3 times, when there is no halachic source to do so, not even one. They tell them, why would you want the burden of being a Jew when you could be a Noahide and live only by the 7 laws? Rabbis actively tell non-Jews these things that are not true. It is not easier to be a Noahide than it is to be a Jew. They don't tell Noahides that they're liable for the death penalty for stealing a sheva pruta, for stealing a penny. As a matter of fact, that they're liable for the death penalty for breaking any of the 7 laws, while a Jew is not. They don't tell them that they have a lesser portion in the world to come and that they won't partake in the resurrection of the dead. No, friends. This Noahide movement that we see today only exists as a cover-up for the insularity that Jews feel in their hearts. They use it as a tool to keep non-Jews out of Judaism. Friends, we as the people of God need to do tshuva for the cruelty we have thrusted upon non-Jews. Even getting the government to sign the 7 laws in legislation, what cruelty! No, friends, it's a sus to be a yid, and it's also a mitzvah to encourage others to become one also. How? Well, in the Rambam's Sefer HaMitzvahs, his great work where he enumerated all the Taryag mitzvahs, in Mitzvah Gimel, the 3rd mitzvah, the mitzvah is to love Hashem. The question is, how do we fulfill this mitzvah? Well, the Rambam states that the way we fulfill the mitzvah of loving the Creator is by sharing Him with the rest of the world. He said it's equivalent that when you love a person, you call on others to get close to that person and love Him also. He says that it is written, you shall make God beloved by all people, just like our father Abraham did by actively converting people in Haran, while Sarah converted the women and he converted the men. It also says that you love God only to the extent that you draw others to Him. So if you're not actively trying to bring Jews and non-Jews into the faith that you have accepted as true, Torah Judaism, you are not fulfilling the mitzvah of loving Hashem. Also in the Rambam Sefer Mitzvahs, Mitzvah Tet, the 9th mitzvah, to sanctify the name of God. Right? The question is, how do we sanctify God's name? Well, the Rambam states that the essence of the commandment which is commanded is to publicize this true faith, Judaism, to the rest of the world, and we should not fear any harm by doing so. Right? As it says, He has commanded us to sanctify His holy name, to proclaim this true faith to the world. My friends, it is a mitzvah incumbent on all Jews to go out and spread Torah Judaism. And if it wasn't clear enough, the Rambam even writes in a famous tshuva that it is permitted to teach commandments to Christians and draw them close to our religion. Just like the Rambam states in Asura Biyah, that with a non-Jew who comes to you to be Magayer, it says that we draw him close with bonds of love, and we're very careful not to mistreat him lest he turn from the good path he has chosen and revert to the bad one, i.e. the Noahide laws. Well, friends, today I just covered the Rambam, but there are many, many more sources that teach that Jews used to actively proselytize. So, what are you waiting for? Go out and, like it says in Pirkei Avos, be like the sons of Aaron and bring all of humanity to Torah. Also, if you're interested in learning more about Judaism, please visit bejewish.org. And if you're interested in converting to Judaism, please visit your local Orthodox synagogue. Thank you.